Oh my god, guys. I am absolutely freaking speechless right now. I don't even know if I'll be able to do a proper intro, but wow, they finally did it, and I am actually speechless. Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 8. And I'm sorry, guys, if I sound like excited or something like that. I can barely contain myself right now because holy crap, I just read the new synopsis released for episode 12 of Season 8 of The Flash, and it is insane. I can barely hold myself, and I am so excited for this episode. As I said, for this video, I'll be breaking down the new synopsis released. This is for Season 8, Episode 12 of The Flash, titled Death Rises. So I'll be breaking that down, and what's even crazier is that we have a behind-the-scenes leak of a very familiar face returning to the Arrowverse for an episode of The Flash, and we do have a tweet from Eric Wallace to also break down, all of which I'll be talking about during this video, and it's absolutely freaking insane. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Okay, so recently we got the episode titles released for episodes 12 to 16 of The Flash Season 8, and I will touch upon that topic for another video because my main focus for this video is going to be episode 12, which, as I said, has recently been titled Death Rises. And yeah, I will read over the brand new synopsis which has been released, and I will break it down, and it is insane. So the synopsis goes as follows. After saving Iris from phasing out of time, Barry and Dion work on a potential fix for her sickness. Meanwhile, Caitlin helps Marcus understand his newfound abilities, while a mysterious red speedster arrives from an alternate Earth seeking death. So, what a synopsis, especially that last part. But this episode is really interesting. I'm really excited for this episode just because of that last part, and obviously I will get into that later on in the video. But this synopsis just blew me away. I'm just really looking forward to this episode because, as I said, it pretty much confirms a longly anticipated speedster villain everyone has been wanting to see on the show for a very long time, and we do have more evidence which I will present during this video suggesting that it is actually Red Death. But obviously I will break down the synopsis bit by bit first, and then I'll get over to the evidence later on. So firstly, after saving Iris from phasing out of time, Barry and Dion work on a potential fix for her sickness. So obviously during the latest episode of The Flash, that being episode 9, we did have Dion breaking the news to Iris saying that her time sickness is pretty much on another level and it's not good news. We do know that she has been phasing out of time, so it does look like we will be seeing more of that storyline with Iris developing, which I am really looking forward to. Obviously, it's going to have more of that mysterious build-up, and I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen next with Iris. From the synopsis, it does look like we will be seeing Iris phasing out of time one more time before Barry actually finds out what is going on, or before Iris tells Barry that her time sickness has gotten worse. It's going to be one of those. But yeah, Barry and Dion will be working on a potential fix, and we do know that they will not be able to find one yet, because Eric Wallace did say that it is an ongoing storyline which will last the whole season. So it is either that Barry and Dion find a temporary solution for Iris' time sickness, or they pretty much just end up failing and it just goes nowhere. But the next part of the synopsis goes as followed. Meanwhile, Caitlin helps Marcus understand his newfound abilities, while a mysterious red speedster arrives from alternate Earth seeking death. Now, in regards to the Caitlyn stuff, I don't really care about it that much. It's obviously related to her new boyfriend that she started dating this season. That is obviously Marcus. We do know that he's some sort of like plant-based guy. From what I can remember, I didn't really care too much about that storyline anyways. But saying that, it does say that she's trying to help Marcus understand his newfound abilities. I'm guessing that they're going to establish him as some sort of a metahuman with like plant-based powers or something like that. I don't know. I'm not too interested in that storyline. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see in regards to what happens with that. But holy crap, guys, here is where the juicy part comes in, if you will. This synopsis literally confirms that Red Death is finally coming. I am speechless. This is absolutely insane, and it leaves me wondering, is it possible that Red Death is the one behind the Black Flame? That could make a lot of sense, considering that the Black Flame pretty much feeds on everyone's grief. So it is possible. And Red Death, well, is obviously a serial killer. He's a speedster seeking death. And the episode, after all, is titled Death Rises, so that could be a possibility. However, it does look like they'll be establishing like the new multiverse or something like that, saying that the synopsis does, after all, say, while a mysterious red speedster arrives from an alternate Earth seeking death. So it does seem like they'll be, leaning more along the lines of, establishing this new multiverse rather than, tying the Red Death with the Black Flame. That would be pretty cool, don't get me wrong. But I don't know if there's any correlation. It is obviously possible, but I don't know. It could just be that this is Red Death's debut into the Arrowverse, or it could be that we could see him before. Maybe it's like maybe like the episode before this, we do have like an end credit scene where he just arrives to Earth Prime, or maybe they just reveal that he's the one being behind the Black Flame. It is possible. Maybe he could control the Black Flame like from another universe. It could be some sort of situation where Red Death is like the master, and then the Black Flame is working for the Red Death. That could all be possible. Or it could just be that the Red Death is just totally not related to this, and he's just doing his own thing, seeking death. One of those two could be possible. Eric Wallace did say that this season was going to have this season 2 to 3 type tone. And honestly, seeing last episode and then now seeing this, I do clearly understand why, because this does seem pretty damn dark, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. But it's not that just, guys. There is more, and it only gets crazier from here. So on Instagram a few hours ago, a makeup artist who is part of the Flash crew posts this image of a very familiar face. And it is freaking Stephen Amell returning to the role of Oliver Queen himself. Insane. This is absolutely crazy. We are finally getting Stephen Amell returning to the role as Oliver Queen on The Flash, which I have been waiting for so long, and we're finally getting it. Now, the makeup artist did actually delete this Instagram story, which pretty much shows that she accidentally pretty much leaked the behind the scenes image of an upcoming episode of The Flash, so it could possibly be for episode 12. And saying that it's deleted, well, it pretty much shows that they've revealed a spoiler, which obviously is not going to go too well. So yeah, it's deleted, but obviously a couple of fans were able to get a screenshot of it before they permanently deleted it. But also, guys, this Oliver Queen who's returning is not the Oliver Queen we know as the Green Arrow. It's not the Oliver Queen of Earth 1 or Earth Prime. It is not that. Because when we go over this tweet from Eric Wallace, it goes as followed. Haha, new storyline, new villain, and he is scary. Who is it? Come on, I can't reveal him yet. That would be a massive spoiler, but don't worry, I promise you will see him very, very soon in red and seeks death. No more hints. Until then, get ready for 8/12. It's a big one. And then he shows like a bow emoji and a lightning bolt. You guys could obviously see I'm putting a picture of it up on the screen right now. And what's so interesting about this is that it's the emojis he's used. It's a bow and a lightning bolt. And he's pretty much talking about the main villain for this graphic novel over here. Season 8, episode 12, which after all is one of the episodes of this graphic novel. And he does mention that we will be seeing him very soon in red and seeks death. Obviously, who is that besides Red Death? So this pretty much freaking confirms that Stephen Amell will be returning as an evil version of Oliver Queen from the multiverse, and he's playing Red Death. Wow. This is absolutely freaking crazy, guys. Honestly, I'm incredibly excited to see him return. And the fact that we are having Oliver Queen playing the Red Death is just gold. This is what everyone would have wanted to see if they were actually going to do a version of the Red Death in the Arrowverse. Because after all, he is the Batman of the Arrowverse. So it does make so much sense for him to be playing the Red Death. But also, guys, just think about the huge toll this would put on Barry, because he's facing off against someone who has the face and literally looks like someone who he considered a brother and fought alongside with. It's going to be